Hey y'all. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to build your dream life. I'm going to share with you 3 components that is going to make it much easier, more peaceful, and more joyful getting to your dream life, getting to the goal, getting to the destination, whatever it is that you are working to manifest right now in your life, whether it may look like something material or just a feeling or emotion that you want to feel on a regular basis within your life, within your journey. There's going to be 3 things that you really want to keep in mind and work at implementing as regularly as possible. And so the first thing is to practice the art of letting go. I'm going to repeat that. Practice the art of letting go. In the manifestation process, in bringing things into your physical reality, bringing your thoughts, your emotions, your visions to fruition, baby, you got to let go. You have to let the seed. You got to realize that your thoughts, your desires, your visions are seeds, and you're planting it. You're planting the seed. And so just like in real life, in physical reality, in terms of the earth, in terms of nature, in terms of Mother Nature, we can see that, right? You get a seed from a fruit and you place it in the soil. The soil is dark, it's damp, it's dirty, right? It's unfavorable. A lot of times we want to stay away from the dirt, we shy away from the dirt, but the dirt is or the soil is what nourishes the seed. And from the nourishment that seed is receiving via water, minerals, sunlight, all different types of things, right? Out of that nourishment that the seed is receiving comes a plant, comes a bud, comes life that breaks through from the inside of that seed. So we have to really understand and feel deep within our soul that our visions, our thoughts, our biggest, brightest desires, the dream life that we are manifesting and working toward and so desperately wanting for ourselves, wanting to experience in our reality, is that seed. Every time we think of it, every time we water it with our attention, every time we speak it, it is the seed being planted in that soil. And so just like when you plant a pumpkin seed, right? You're not going to dig up the seed literally every 2 seconds or every 2 days or every 2 months to see if it's working. It doesn't work like that. You plant the seed and you leave it alone, and you let nature and the elements do its thing to nourish that seed so that the life can break through from that seed, right? But if you go digging it up every now and then because you don't see it working, digging it up to see if it's working, to see what's happening, to see why it's not coming, why it hasn't come yet, you're disturbing it, you're disturbing its process, and you're delaying it from doing what it is meant to do in that soil. So practice the art of letting go. Plant your seed, plant your desire, plant your vision, whether it is in a meditation or a notebook or speaking it to your friend, to yourself in the mirror, thinking about it. These are all ways to water your seed. But plant your seed by doing a various number of things that I mentioned, and we can go on and on, right? By nurturing that seed and then let it go. Trust that seed that you have planted via a thought, a sound, a word, a vision is doing its thing, right? It's doing its thing. It's working. You just have to leave it alone and trust it and allow it to be and to work, to come into physical manifestation. Okay? So the first thing, let that shit go. The second thing is spend enough time with yourself so that you can learn yourself. I'm speaking 110% from experience right now. In 2016, I had a very, very, very deep, dark, I wouldn't say it's traumatic, but let's say a deep, dark, and very intense reawakening journey, where I went off into the world and I went to find myself. And I'm this young woman who's graduated college, and I did all the things that society said I was supposed to do in order to become successful. And I'm on the track, and I'm like, oh shit, this shit is not working and it's not resonating. So I gotta shake some shit up. And I went out into the world on my solo journey to find myself, whatever that meant at that time. And I got into a lot of stuff, okay? And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, because that's what we do. We're here to experience, we're here to learn. And a lot of the times, no one is sitting us down as young adults, adolescents, to say, okay, this is how the world works, and this is how you need to be prepared. And even if they are, there's something about the individuality of our journeys, really just calling us to do our own thing, calling us to be on our own path, in our own way, on our own time. And so at that point in my life, that was the frequency of everything happened, self-discovery. And I go back to that moment because when I graduated from that point in my life, I sat with myself even more. I was like, whoa, I just shook some shit up. Now I gotta pause, pull back, regroup, right? And this time that I had to sit with myself, to put my head down, to go to work and do and get myself back on track and ground myself back into my being, was the time that I realized that I was really actually learning about myself. I was learning the simplest things about myself. You know, the things that when you go on a date, you ask, your date, like when you're learning about somebody, whether it's a friend or a family member or, someone you're getting to know, you ask these very, like mundane, simple, surface things, like what's your favorite food? What are your favorite things to do? What do you like to do? How do you spend your free time? What's the relationship with your parents, right? How many siblings do you have? All of these very baseline things, I was actually learning about myself. What are my favorite foods? What are my favorite videos to watch? What is my favorite type of content to consume? What type of books do I like? How do I like to be touched? How do I like to be talked to? How do I want to be talked to? How do I want to be treated? And in this time of solidarity, in this time of really solitude, in this time of just literally sitting with myself, I had the biggest opportunity to learn myself. And so the second thing here, the second principle here, that's going to contribute to you building your dream life and manifesting it with more ease and peace, is really getting to know yourself. Not being afraid or having the courage to sit with yourself long enough so you can get to learn yourself. You can get to know what you actually want, so that you can be specific with the universe, specific with your higher power, in order to bring that into fruition. Make sense? All right, we're moving on. And the third and final thing that I'm going to share with you regarding bringing your dream life to fruition is only share. This is so important. And honestly, I'm not hearing enough people talk about this. So I'm actually very excited to share this part with you. Only share when you feel safe. Only share when you feel safe. Okay, so what are we talking about here? Again, this is in terms of manifesting your dream life. So do you realize, or have you realized already, that there are not too many people that you can share your biggest visions with. You notice that when you talk to some people and you share, the things that are closest to your heart, and you get shut down, you get ridiculed, you get laughed at, you're misunderstood, and you're like, fuck it, I'll just keep it to myself, right? That feeling is not good. That feeling actually disturbs the peace and the excitement surrounding your vision, surrounding your manifestation. And so the biggest thing here is for you to only share with people that get your vision, people that you're safe with emotionally, people that you hold close to you, and and they hold you close to them, and you guys share your big ideas with, right? Someone who is not going to think that your vision or your manifestation is so far-fetched that they're going to project their fears and mindset of lack and limitation onto you, and now you feel like, oh shoot, can I do this? Now you're questioning and doubting yourself, and that's not a frequency you can actually manifest your dream life out of. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Your dream life is going to be birthed from the frequency of ultimate of abundance, of your birthright of prosperity, a place of joy, a place of peace, a place of confidence, a place of knowing, a place of security. That is where your dream life is going to be birthed. And you need to do your due diligence to stay in that frequency. And the main way you can stay in that frequency, this is so juicy, is to share only with people that get it, only with people that share that frequency, only with people who experience abundance and joy and peace and gratitude on a daily basis. And so you need to stay close to those people when you are manifesting, when you are being intentional about bringing something into this physical reality. This is not a joke. This is so serious and so powerful, because you do hold this power. You are doing it already. You just may not know. You just may not be able to recognize it, because maybe you're surrounding yourself with people who are stuck in a mentality of lack and limitation, and all they are ruled by is fear. All they are controlled by is lack. All they see is lack, and you don't. Okay, you're in touch with your divine right of abundance and prosperity, and you need to stay close to those who can speak that life back into you when you share the thing that is closest to your heart, that vision, that manifestation that you can feel on your heart, and you feel deep in the pit of your stomach, and you're like, how do I do this, right? That's the how. That's the how. Do these 3 things, stick to these 3 things, and I promise you, you are gonna get closer to your manifestation, bringing your manifestation into your physical reality, where you can touch it, taste it, hear it, smell it. And you will be able to do that with way more peace, joy, and love in your heart and in the journey. If you like this, please comment below. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what this stirred up for you. Let me know if this was helpful and useful. I love you, sending you so much joy, love, peace, and may we remember our innate power of abundance and prosperity. May God work through you. May you breathe in the gratitude and the joy in this moment, and settle into it in your exhale. Peace.